Okay, so we're going to have the design criteria for lighting. For example, the receiving room 120 that Matt and Adam, you guys were laying out the receptacle for it. It will have a 20-foot candle average for it. The type of the fixture is called wraparound fluorescent, and it's ceiling mounted with occupancy sensor. Ceiling mounted occupancy sensor, the control type that's going to be controlling it. Okay. So when it comes to light, guys, you need the lighting design criteria. You need the lighting design criteria. I need thumbs up that we know where this either have a hard copy in front of you, please, or have it open. Have either a hard copy in front of you or have it open. So this is the design criteria that we're going to be designing based on that. Cool. Because without this, we can't do your design, basically. Okay, so that's a design lighting criteria. Either hard copy or soft copy, please have it in front of you. So receiving room, we're gonna have 120. Okay, the second thing I would like you guys to do is have this document open. Now the question would be, what is a wraparound fluorescent? Can you see, Adam, it says wraparound fluorescent, so when it comes to actual product, I have no idea what wraparound fluorescent. So do me a favor, grab this book, and have it handy in front of you, because that's what we're going to be, what we're going to be guys looking at wraparound fluorescent in a second. Wraparound fluorescent. Okay, do me a favor, go to page 120 in this book, page, oops, not 120. So let's go what a wraparound fluorescent. There's this document, guys. To make it easier for you, Karen, what I did, I pulled all these type of fixtures that we have, and we give you guys the catalog number, the page of the catalog number from this Lithonia lighting, Acuity brands. So for example, if you guys go to page 52, please. So receiving room, the fixture that we're going to be installing it is in page 52. So do me a favor, please, and go to page 52. When you guys go to page 52, it's gonna be my 52. Am I the slowest here or what? So my 52 fixture, guys, is gonna be that fixture. Can you guys see that? Everybody can see that 52 fixture, Karen. It's called an LB fixture. That's the fixture they're gonna be using in the receiving room. There are multiple fixtures that were specified for you guys. Lighting is a science. There's so many fixtures that you can install. So to read this, I can't emphasize, in order to stay sane when you deal with this book, you have to understand how we read it. Number one, you guys are going to be looking at this here. What does it say? It says Lithonia Commercial and Industrial Fluorescent. Can you guys see that? Everybody can see that? So when you are looking for things online, make sure you're looking under first Lithonia, right? And then Industrial Commercial Fluorescent. So that's the type of, first, the manufacturer Lithonia, then the type is fluorescent industrial commercial. Everybody can see that? Then you flip it over, and you're going to find the type of the fixture is called an LD. Adam, does it make sense? Lithonia Commercial Industrial Fluorescent LB type. Okay, so let me take you guys to page, for example, because they're going to be different. So that's the type of fixture that we're going to be using. I would like you guys to go to page 250. Where was that? 250 canopy. We're going to use in page 250, 252. If you guys look at the canopy, if you look at the canopy here, Adam, the canopy, we would like you guys to install in the canopy a fixture that's in page 250-252. So if you guys go to 250-252, Adam, I would like you to read that one. What does it say on the manufacturer side? Can you see that? Okay, it's going to be, so it's not Lithonia. So when we were looking, Matt, when we were looking for this fixture, if you're looking on the Lithonia, you're not going to find this fixture. Did you guys hear me? So important to understand that one. This is a different manufacturer in the same book. It's Gotham is going to be doing this fixture. So when you're looking for it, it's going to be under Gotham. And the type of the fixture is called HID down lighting. That's a type of fixture that we specify for this project. And the kind and the type is LGH or LGHZ, the type of the fixture that I want to. Now, the way they go for these lighting fixture, guys, I know a lot of you have never probably specified lights for commercial industrial building ever. The best thing to do is to go to the catalog number example. Can you guys see right here? It says example. If you have no idea what type of fixture to use, you know the type, but what catalog number do you need? You go, so for example, it says LGH 100 M6RW T73120. T73120. Can you guys see that? I'm reading right in here. So if you start point, unless you know otherwise, Adam, it's going to be what? The example that they give you, right? That's the start wise, unless you know otherwise. Okay? So that's how you read the catalog numbers for lighting fixture. Very, very, very important. Very important to know that. Okay. Any question, guys? So this document that you're looking at here, the document, make sure you guys you can get this document, guys. It's online. So the document, like I said, that you're looking at is online. Make sure it's handy too. And it's, if you go to the instructor, oops, I went too far, to the instructor folder under commercial project. And if you go under the project itself, under lighting, you're going to find this document, guys, that tells you which fixture exists where in the catalog book. Everybody can see that? Here's your path for this document. Okay? Everybody got that one? Make sure that you have this document handy. Derek, if you don't have it handy, you cannot do this project. Okay, let me repeat. You guys have a Word document that the type of the fixture that I'm asking you to do. For example, let's go directly to this. I have in the receiving room, you guys, this is in the receiving room, it says wrap around fluorescent. Now I have no idea where to start with wrap around fluorescent, right? So what we did to make it easier for you guys, because you've never seen this, we took these types and I gave you the page number of in Lithonia. Where does this wraparound fluorescent exist? Did you guys hear me? So it says receiving room in page 52. If you guys go to page 52, like I said, you should be able to find wraparound fluorescent. It looks like this one, Derek, right here. It looks like this type of fixture. Okay. Any comments, guys? Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? I should have a few of them around. Before you. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Any comments, any questions, guys, how to tie the requirement into what we need to do? So make sure you have this handy. The last thing I would like to show you guys is, can you guys see this document here? It says visual lighting setup. That's how we're going to do setup for visual. I have it as a PDF file. Karen, you can pull it at any time. You can watch it like I do. I already pulled it for you. And you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be looking at the following. Okay. How to use visual. So to use visual, guys, the first step that you need to do, and please, this is a PDF on the network, Matt. The first step that we need to do, guys, is import CAD file. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We're going to do import CAD files into visual. Everybody understand? These are the sequence that you have to do in order to do your lighting calculation. We're going to import visual, my import CAD into visual. Step number 2, import, I show you how to import it. Just import the CAD. Which CAD file? We're going to import 2 CAD files in 2 different folders. One is going to be the floor plan, because that's where we're going to do the calculation on the floor plan. And the other one, Karen, is going to be the site. 2 CAD files will be imported. One is going to be the site, and the other one is the floor plan, okay? So when we import here, you're going to have the site will be the first one, is the floor plan is the second one. Cool. Import, you'll see in a second. Step number 2, after we import it in a second, guys, you're going to import it with me. We're going to do something called build the 3D model. We need to go build the 3D model. When you import them, it's a 2D. it's CAD is a 2D. What you need to do is to build the third dimension. Now we're looking at a room. Instead of looking at a layout of a room, we're looking at a room. Did you guys hear me? So we're going to do something called building the 3D model, building 3D on the floor plan or on the site. After you build the 3D model, we're going to go place calculation zone. Place calculation zone. In order to place your fixture, guys, if you remember, in the receiving room, we need a 20-foot candle. How are you going to meet the 20-foot candle? To meet the 20-foot candle, you have to go take the receiving room, import CAD, right? Build a room called receiving room, right? And then put a calculation zone. We're going to put a calculation zone for receiving room. And then we're going to, so place something called place calculation zone, then place fixture. Then placing the fixture, there's something called the IES file for every fixture, guys. This is like the DWG file. IES file, every single fixture manufactured anywhere in the world have an IES file. That file will allow you to do foot candle calculation on any type of fixture manufactured by anyone, right? It's a standard. It's like DOC, DOC extension file or DWG file. If you have the fixture IES file, International Illumination Society, if you have the IES file, you can import that file in any software. So we have to do the calculation zone. We place the fixture. We find the IES file for them, guys, put them in a schedule, and then we place them into the model. So I build the model, put the calculation zone here, and put my fixture. The last thing, or the next step, guys, is perform calculation. Hit the button and do the calculation. You hit the button, it's what you're going to usually do, and do the calculation. After you're done with your calculation, this is so important because you guys are going to lose, you're going to see the big picture. Why are we doing this? After you finish your calculation, you're going to print multiple reports for your friend Chad to prove that you have done it, but that's really not why we do it. Well, we do it because of this. After all the fixture had been laid out in the floor plan and the site, right? And the calculation has been done, and the average has been verified. It's 20-foot candle. It'll get at 20, close to 20-foot candle. So I have met the calculation foot candle criteria. After all these have been done, your layout of your fixture is done. Now look what happened. We're going to export to CAD. We started by importing from CAD, didn't we? We're going to export back to CAD. The only difference between the CAD that we imported and the CAD that we exported, the exported CAD now has all the layout of all the fixture, guys. All your fixture layout is on that CAD right here. And after we export for CAD, because we're doing Revit, what do you need to do? You take it from CAD, then import CAD to Revit. And then you start your Revit project. You can see how things are tied together. Now when you export to CAD, now import CAD into Revit, now it becomes exactly like the Revit that you're working with, guys. Instead of tagging a receptacle, you have a lighting fixture, you drop a fixture in Revit. Now after we finish everything, we drop a fixture in Revit, fixtures are there, families, and then we circuit it, and we tag it, and we switch it. Can you guys see the big picture? Karen, do you see where we're heading? Why are we doing this one? So your start point is import CAD into Visual. After you're done, you export it back into CAD, import it into Revit, and do your calculation on that particular project. Shall we guys go ahead and do that? Have this PDF file handy next to you. These are the process that we're going to be using. So the calculation then, if you guys use the, okay, here you go. I don't know. Calculation. I'm going to go by, just give you, I don't know why I can't carry with it here. Here you go. I have to move this way. Okay. The second one that you guys need to know, after you do all the steps, please be aware of this. Have it handy because that's going to be giving you the 3-dimension. There you go. So if you go, here's the layout of, this is, unfortunately, this is not how Revit is going to look now, Visual, because they change it for you guys, especially for you. So I want to emphasize a few things here. Now, can you guys see the file? You're familiar with this file. That's imported from CAD into Visual. Then we do the calculation. Here's how the calculation is going to look like, guys. The green stuff, it's going to look like the 3D. The brown is all the calculation points that you're going to be doing. I added a couple of things, guys. When you do calculation, they will always ask you about the height of the ceiling. Height of the ceiling, height of the fixture. So your height of all the places is going to be 10 feet here, 10 feet ceiling, except the following area. And write yourself a note. These on PDF. We're going to have an open office going to be a height of 11.5. Mechanical room and shipping room. Mechanical room and shipping room, guys, is going to be also 13. So this room, this open office, and this service room are the height of the ceiling is going to be 11.5. Why it's important? Because when you guys start building right now, it will ask you what's the height of that ceiling when you build it. So the height everywhere is 10 feet except in the following location: mechanical room, open office, like you see it here, and the shipping room. These are 13-foot ceilings. Why it's important, guys? Because you're going to be mounting your fixtures there. Okay, so that's the height. Any question, guys, about the height of the ceiling? Because that's the first thing you start building. They're going to ask you what height ceiling is. Cool. This document is in PDF on the network, so guys, you just go search for it. If you forgot them, and we'll give you the height. The second thing that they're going to ask you guys is the height of the calculation zone. They always ask you the height of the calculation zone. Immediately, when you start doing calculation zone, they'll ask you. The height is going to be 2.5 feet, except the hallways. It's going to be sitting at what? 0 foot. Where are the hallways? We're going to assume this area is my hallway, and this area here is going to be my hallway. So that's the hallways. There's really in our project, I believe this area here we consider a hallway, and somewhere here in this area, just from here to here is my hallway. So these are going to be considered my hallways. I'm going to put them at 0 level. It's going to make a lot of sense, guys, in a second when we start building it. Okay, now, what's the big fuss? Why are we doing all this? You're doing it, guys, for this. Do you see this value here? 25.9 foot candle. That's the value that we're given here by the engineering firms that you guys are going to be. This is the value corresponds to, oops, not here, Chad, to this value, right? Do you guys remember? Here's that 20. I have a 20-foot candle here, right? I need to go do my calculation so I can get 20-foot candle, or plus or minus 1 or 2. That's okay, especially plus. That's the number you're going to be shooting for. All these are numbers that you're going to be shooting for when you do a calculation. These are average foot candles. Did you guys hear me? So let's go back to, what was it? It was lunchroom. Here's the lunchroom. Can you guys see my lunchroom here? Where's my lunchroom, Chad? Here's my lunchroom. What's the foot candle for the lunchroom that we're shooting for? 25-foot candle. Who put this 20-foot candle? IES, guys. The IES specialize in the lighting calculation, and they give you standards for different type of occupancy. Based on the occupancy, based on the space, they will tell you the average foot candle should be this amount for this space. Cool. So these numbers are coming from IES recommendation. It's like the NDC code book. Exactly. That's the lighting NDC code book. Cool. 25-foot candle. Now I want to minimize this and show you guys when you go to that that calculation. What did I come up with? 29.5-foot candle. Isn't that cool? They're asking me for 25. I came up with 29. That's very close. That's good. So this is done. How many fixtures you need? 1, 2. 2 fixtures to get you that 25-foot candle average. So that's the average. The second thing that you need to pay attention, guys, is the maximum. The maximum foot candle is the brightest spot in your room. The brightest spot in this room is probably right above your head, Derek, because there's so many lights shooting right there, right? The darkest, now that's the brightest spot. The darkest spot in your room is called the minimum. The darkest spot in this room probably would be right there, huh? In this room, can you see that? Far away, the darkest spot in room. The brightest, the darkest, the average. Can you guess that? Then there is maximum to minimum and average to minimum. Maximum to minimum is what's the ratio between your brightest spot and your darkest spot, and what's the average between the ratio between your average and your, in this case, your minimum, your average as well as your darkest spot in your room. Who cares? That's these two guys, these three here. They call them lighting distribution. In order to design a good lighting system, Brian, you first you have to meet the average. That's step number one. Step number two, your distribution have to be good. What's a distribution? Distribution, the difference between the brightest, ideally, guys, if you have a lighting system, you want your brightest spot and your darkest spot to be the same. Why? You walk into a room and you look there and your eyes stress your eyes, right? When you look at a dark spot and then brightest spot again, close your eyes and open, close eyes. So it puts stress on the people's eyes. If this average maximum to minimum is high, if this is high, this is bad design. So you want this average to be as close to 1 as practical. Obviously, you're not going to get 1. Ideally, if you get this one and you get this one, you get these two the same, that's the perfect lighting distribution system. You're not going to achieve that, right? So if you get closer to 2, 3, maximum to minimum, 4 sometimes, that's as good as you can get, basically. In this case, what was the average to minimum here? The distribution of mine. The average to minimum, look at that. There was 8.3 to 1. Yes, I met the distribution, but really there's a lot of dark spot. So the brightest spot is 8 times brighter than the darkest spot. Who cares, right? Who cares? That's not a good distribution system. When you walk into a room like this, you stress your eyes because you're bright. You close your eyes and then you open your eyes and what's now? Aaron, we're going to go through this science through this book too. So just we'll go over the whole calculation and what's not. But just be aware, for the time being, please pay a lot of attention to this. When you meet this criteria, Derek, then look at this value. Make sure this value as low as you can. You know, if you 10 to 1, 20 to 1, that's bad. You want it to be, ideally, I would like to be 2, 3 to 1. That would be great if you can achieve it. Look at these guys. When we put them there, look at that, 8.3 to 1. Yeah, you achieved it, good, but your distribution is really bad. You might be good to put one more fixture in this area. Okay. Any comments, any questions, guys, before we go hit it with visual? Do you guys see the big picture? Everybody can see what the big picture is? So that's what you're going to be looking for. Let me go if we have, I think we have something here for you. Okay. I want to go back here and just finish it with, before we start, here's what the outcome is, and please be aware of that one. Your outcome, and you guys have this in front of you. We're going to go step by step through these. And we're going to do it twice. One time, guys, we're going to do it for the floor plan, and one time we're going to do it for the site. Then we're going to export and do it in Revit. Cool? Can you guys see the big picture? When it comes to when you guys graduate in May, you're gonna see it becomes secondhand to you. You're gonna do it twice for 2 projects. So, okay, let's go ahead and start. So keep this in mind, guys. Do me a favor. To work with me, you need this one handy. This book needs to be handy with you. You need the criteria, the design criteria handy, because that's what we're gonna be shooting for. And you need that little document. Where is it? That little document, either electronically or hard copy handy. Did you guys hear me? In order to follow. I want to remind you guys at 9 o'clock, what's his name? Andrew is going to be here. He's going to take you to the next level in Revit, but we're going to be in visual. But I'm going to start you so you know the big picture. Any comments about the big picture, what we're trying to achieve, Matt? Does it make sense? Where we're hitting? Why are we doing that? Okay, now let's go do it. Okay, minimize this. Do me a favor. Let's go open visual. You guys got your license yesterday. Can you guys see that here? Click on the visual and open your visual. You should see, everybody got a license yesterday, so we're licensed, we're good to go, we're cool. Okay, I need thumbs up, please, or just tell me that you're good to go so I know you're with me. Cool? Brian, Karen, good? Okay. That's the software that we're going to be using. Now, Adam, import CAD. That's the first step. I want to be following so you don't get lost. I'm going to be following these steps that I told you guys, step by step. Okay? So the first step, I want to go import CAD. Before I import CAD, I want to walk you get through Visual. Visual is very easy. There's another software called AGI. You can make a lot of money and be certified lighting designer and make a career out of that software. Did you guys hear me? At Mishad Cooley, where you work right now, they're a lighting designer, specialized in lighting, very detailed, very detail-oriented lighting and what's not. So it's Karen, you're in the theater, so you could do theater lighting as in general lighting. I don't know how deep you can go into the production lighting and what's not, but this software, as well as AGI and other software, very, very detailed. People get certification called Certified Lighting Designer. You can make good money with job security for this. So this software there's a lot of people that spend 8 hours a day doing that. And they are at Mashad and Elvi and elsewhere. Did you guys hear me? It's a big deal for lights. And their certification, Certified Lighting Designer, is a bit like a PE. If you're a PE, professional engineer, to be certified lighting designer, I believe you have to have a bachelor degree. It doesn't have to be engineering though, a bachelor degree, and then you have to pass a major test to be a certified lighting designer. Then you start stamping lighting projects. So it's a big deal what we're doing. Okay, let me walk you through this project, guys. Open the file very quick. If you look at the file, this is very easy. Here's a new open, save as, audit, purge, import, export. Can you guys see these that we're going to be using now? Adam, remember we're going to be import export. Here's your import export. Don't do anything. And there's a print editor. We'll come to that. The most important thing I want to pay attention to, import export. So when we're done, we're going to import now. Later on, I'm going to export from here. Okay, that's file. Home. Click on home. When you guys go to home, home will get you how to build the 3D. Remember how that 3D model? Here's your 3D room. We're going to build a 3D room. There's some calculation. I want to bring to your attention. I want to highlight 3 things here. Number 1. This is where you build the room, 3D room. Here's where you put the schedule, the lighting. Here's you bring your lighting schedule. And here's where you do your calculation. And here's where you do standard, calculation zone. You put calculation zone. All these are the steps so we just walk you through, guys. Okay? Then you go construct. Same thing. Well, for the construct, you can build your room through the construct here. Modify. This is exactly like CAD, guys. Very, very similar to CAD. You can draw, copy. Can you guys see? Extrude, pull, erase, copy, move. Can I have a thumbs up, chat? This is exactly like CAD or Revit. Move things around, exactly the same thing. Group, rotate, scale, stretch, you name it. Then you're going to go Luminaire. That's new. Luminaire, that's where you're going to go find the IES files, guys, and we're going to install them. My IES files, I'm going to install them. I'll go over this in a second. Calculate. That's where you're going to put your calculation zone, either surface or what's not, and do calculation. View, give you different views, and again, and tools, a couple of tools that we're going to be dealing with. Okay, go all the way to home. Can I have thumbs up, guys? Exactly like Revit. One very important aspect of it, zoom. Can you guys see here? You can look at the project from multiple locations. Well, let's just close that one. While you're here, let's do step number 1, shall we? I'm going to go highlight that one and go directly into, hold your horses. I'm going to go do what the first step is what? Import CAD file. I'm going to go import my CAD file, will you? Okay, file, import. Can you guys see import? Everybody can see import? Import. Now, which CAD file you're going to do? I would like you guys to go. Here's your path. Should go. Not the instructor folder, please. Go to your team folder. Go to your team folder. Go to your team folder under Fall Commercial Project, under your design, and you should be able to. I think I probably can go here. Go to your team folder. Here's my team folder. Let's go under commercial. I want to go design. When you go under design, do you guys see all the CAD files? Okay, click on CAD. Now here's the files all the CAD files that we have about this project. Okay, close this one. Let me close my email, will you? so I don't bug me. Okay, now the file that I would like you to do, before, don't do anything first. I would like you guys, eventually we're gonna have the site. Can you guys see where it says the site? That's for the site. And I would like you, right now, I'd like you to go ECDM2111 X reference floor one, the one that says Revit. Why is the one that says Revit? Because we modify it. And I would like you guys to use the one Revit. Don't use the one underneath it. Okay, everybody got that one? Thumbs up, Chad? Yep. Okay, so click on it and hit open or double click. Ladies and gentlemen, you have started step number one. How easy that is, right? You're loading CAD file into Visual. Are you having a... is it taking long? I'll wait. Not big deal. Okay. Okay, can you guys, when you're done loading, can you give me a thumbs up, please? When your system is loading. Okay, Derek, you're still loading, right?
No, I'm good.
Good. Oh, wow, that's fast. Okay, then Chad is also good. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, step number one is done. Check. Step number one. See how easy it is. Now, before you go anywhere, isn't that easy? Very easy. Piece of cake. Okay, now step number one. Let me show you. Now, when you came here, guys, do you see where it says layers here? Here's all the layers that came from with CAD with you. You can turn all of them off or all of them on. Here's what I would like you to do from the get-go, guys. I would like you to can you guys see ECDM 211 XREF? This one here. Everybody can see that. Okay. Now these are all the layers that came from CAD. I want to remind you, you can turn them off individually. The only thing I would like you guys to do right now, I don't want to turn them off. I want to make them uneditable and make them gray. Okay? Make them gray so I don't have to see all this junk stuff. I want to make them gray and make them uneditable. So do me a favor, group select, hit the 0, go all the way to the security and shift. You see, pick the first one, hold the shift button and pick the last one. When you guys are there, give me a thumbs up, please. Cool. Now I'm going to go do something. Do you see where that pencil is? If you click on the pencil and it turns it, it disappears. You guys see that? They basically turn off everything. Okay? Click again, turn it on. That's how you turn everything off or everything on, or one thing off or one thing on. That's different than visual that we did last year, if you remember. Okay, I don't want you to turn off things. Write that symbol here. I know it looks like a calculator. You hit the one next to it then. That's what we're going to do. I think... maybe I hit the... you know what? I'm sorry. I hit the... You're right. The pencil should be uneditable. I must have hit the calculator. So while you guys are there, you can hit that little icon here. That one where it disappears on you. It should. Okay.
I think you can double up on the head. You can turn them off and turn them gray.
Here you go.
So it's like there's active,
Yes.
locked, and
Thank you. I want to remind you guys disclaimer. I'm new to that version as you are. Thank you. So the most important thing is, can you make it gray like this? Now what we did, we made everything gray. I think we also can change, if you click on the color here, you can change the color here. Let's go pick a color gray. I don't know if it will make a big difference, but I change all of them into gray color. Okay, that's it. So what I did, I basically make the background gray, and I think it's uneditable now because I clicked on that button. Uneditable and gray. Anybody knows why we do that? I think that's how we do it. Andrew will verify. When you guys working on the background, Adam, do you want to go shift the door and delete the door? No, you don't want to delete the door. You don't want to do a mess with the doors or what's not. Okay, import CAD, turn them into uneditable, and put them on a gray color. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We did that? Okay. Now, I want to bring to your attention, guys, this is very important, this orientation. This is your, can you guys click on that one here? That will give you the plan view. If you click here, look at the 3D. It gives you different 3Ds. Can you guys click there? See how it gives you different 3Ds of your project? Different 3Ds. We don't have, do you have any 3D? Do you have anything mounted yet? Nothing. So I would like you guys to click on this. That will be the floor plan. There is no 3D in this project. We're ready to drop the 3D. Ready to drop the 3D. Brian, you keep an eye on me. It's new software, man. So I'm going to make a few mistakes here while the process. Okay, so if we do, okay. Let's go. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We turn him, we grade them. Why did we grade them? Because we don't want to do, we want them in the background. Why did we make them uneditable? Because I don't want accidentally to delete a door, right? Because later on, guys, believe me, it's going to be busy here. A lot of fixtures, a lot of movement and what's not. Okay, let's go to the bathroom, will you? Let's go to the bathroom. Can you guys see where the bathroom is? So, can you see where zoom here, guys? Here's your zoom. You can zoom into this area. Zoom all. Display. Okay. So if you have a wheel, it's easier, guys, to wheel it and go directly to where you want to be. Okay. There you go. Zoom it. Skip on that. There you go. And I'm going to go zoom into this area. Oops, come on. What's with my wheel here? I want to zoom into.
I think it's on can you hit the view tab up top?
I'll get you all the view.
Buttons over on the right side say faster and slower.
Okay.
How many times you on the far right up there?
Thank you. Here's also for the views, view in, view window. That probably, if you don't have a wheel, view window would be the perfect thing, guys. You can view, view window, it becomes a major thing if you would like zoom in, zoom out, zoom all. This is where all the views is. Zoom window, if you don't have, like I said, zoom window and come into, into this area. There you go. Can I have thumbs up, guys, when you zoom into this area? Zoom window, zoom what's not. Okay. Now let's go construct. Now I want to remind you we're going to go build a room. So let's going to go. So Adam, we have just finished this step. Done. Step 1 done. We imported CAD. We filtered it. We're going to go build what? Build 3D. Let's go build 3D, shall we? Step number 2 is build 3D. So I want to remind you, the bathroom ceiling is what? 10 foot. So I believe, and I hope I'm right here, construct, room. When you click on construct, you're building a 3D room. Now, if your room is rectangle or square, it's easy to get into the habit of non-rectangle. Click on non-rectangle, guys. And can you guys see the height, the default height? Everybody can see the default height is what? Right here. Everybody can see it. The default height is 10. Your default height is what? 10. Do me a favor. Can you guys see the snap at the bottom here? Do you see the snap right at the bottom here? Everybody can see the snap here? Go set your snap to point the smallest that you can get, right? Click on point 1. Did you guys see that? Right here. That's snap like in CAD. Snap and set it to point 1. Why? Point 1 will allow you guys to get closer to the corners. Okay, now, before you go anything else, what is this? This is, I'm going to call it R113. So the name of this room is going to be name it R113. Room 113, which is a bathroom. Every single structure you're going to build, Karen, you're going to name it. Why? When you guys print the report for your friend Chad, I don't want to see a room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4. I have no idea what room 4 is. We're going to name them identical name to this. Okay, now, number 2. Karen, is the height of what's the height of the ceiling here? 10. Why 10? I just told you guys, this model is going to be 10. Okay, when you're done with these, come over here, guys, in the upper corner, click, and ortho. Can you guys see I'm holding now? Go see where it says ortho here? Click on ortho. Now you trace your room. And don't sweat it too hard if you miss some little thing here or there. trace your room and closer, and right click at the end. I used to. So, and right click at the end when you're closer. And if you did a sloppy job like Chad, you should have an angle like this, not a big deal. And so this is the room in this area. It doesn't matter how it looks like, you guys can adjust it. Do you have a room? I want you guys, ortho is right here. At the bottom, it says ortho, like CAD. And then I want you guys to look at, put the 3D. Do you see the cube that you've just created? If you created a cube, you did it right. You look at it here. Look.
Once you're done doing it, what do you do?
Yeah, right click to close it. Right click to close. Cool. And then please look at any of these angles. Let's is this a southwest? Look at the southwest. You should have a cube like this. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to do every single room the same. Can I have thumbs up? Cool. You track it, build it, construct it, and at the end, right click, and you get yourself a beautiful room. Adam, I would like you guys to give me a thumbs up that worked for all of you. 1, 2, Brian. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to step number 3, gentlemen. And so let's go. We're going step by step. And now we're going to do it for, okay, so now this is check. Done. Now you're going to do it for what? Every single room. Same way. The only thing you need to do is first name it, then give it a height, then start tracking it. Okay, what's step number 3? Step number 3, place calculation zone. I'm going to go do step number 3, which is place a calculation zone for every single structure. So let's go place a calculation zone. Go to calculation, guys, because that's calculation zone. Can you guys see? Here's how you can do it. You can do rectangle. The best way to do calculation zone is by surface. Here's what the calculation zone is. Adam, there's a big light right above your head. I want to do calculation zone where? Coming from this light to where? To a calculation zone. Where do you want to sit your calculation zone, Chad? You have 2 options. Either you sit it at desk level, 2.5 feet, that's called the desk level, exactly where you guys are sitting and working right now. Or you can sit it at 0. Desk level everywhere in the plant, except typically hallways, we put them at what? 0. Because do you go sit there, guys, and read, work in the hallway? Maybe. But the general assumption is everywhere else in the commercial building, we're going to sit them at what? 2.5 desk level, offices, desk level. That's my calculation zone. Everything else in the hallway is going to be what? Big fat 0. So let's go. Now the easiest way to do them, guys, there's multiple options. The easiest way is surface. Why surface? I already have a 3D. If I touch this surface here, the bottom, it has to be, here's my bottom. I need to go 2.5 feet above the bottom and do my calculation zone, or 0 at the level, at the bottom. Do me a favor, click on surface. Click on surface. When you click on surface, it says calculation zone number 1 at the top here. Calculation zone number 1. Have no clue what this is. It's going to be room R. We're going to name it R113. Now we have just named it what? RR. Everybody named it R113. The height of the calculation zone is what right now? Can anybody read it for me? The height? What's the default height? 0. This is a bathroom. I want to do my default height for the bathroom. Oh, interesting, because people are sitting there and blah, 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 maybe working on their nails and what's not. We're going to put it at 2.5 feet. Okay, maybe you're going to ask guys if you want to put it at 0. I'm going to put it at 2.5 feet here. So 2.5. Type 2.5. Give me a thumbs up when you're done. Now I put my calculation zone in this bathroom at 2.5 feet. You can argue, you might have to put it at 0. Let's just put it at 2.5 feet now. So 2 things you're going to do for calculation zone. 3 things, Karen. Number 1, pick a calculation surface. Number 2, we're going to name it, the name, exactly the room that you're putting that calculation zone in, exact name. Number 3, a height, 2.5 for everything else, everywhere in the building except the hallways, 0. Now when you reach that, come over here. Can you guys see that little square that I'm holding in my hand? Make sure you touch the bottom. Can you guys see that? Now, can you see now it's turned, which one turned on, that color? The bottom. If the top, if you touch here, all the calculation will be done on the ceiling. Do you guys want to do the calculation in the ceiling? No, not typically not on the ceiling. It will take it 2.5 feet below the ceiling. You want it 2.5 feet above the floor. Thumbs up, Chad. Everybody got that one? Now right click. And ladies and gentlemen, you have just got your calculation zone 2.5 above the floor. Can I have thumbs up? Everybody got that one? Yep. You did not? Okay. So let's see why you did not. Adam? Everybody go, okay. Let's see why you did not. Let me hold your horses here. Gentlemen, calculation zone. Okay, now if you go look at it this way, can you guys see how it looks like in 2D? And you can look at it in 3D from any dimension or any. So that's how it looks like with calculation zone. All right, step number 3. This is step number 3, Chad. Step number 4. So now we finished the calculation zone. I need to go place fixtures. I need to place fixtures. Now that's where the work is. Are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Place fixtures. Now we did the calculation zone. You guys are going to repeat this one for every place. We're going to do place a calculation, place a fixture. Before we place a fixture, so let's go. Go into Luminaire. Fixtures are called Luminaires. Can you guys go to schedule? Luminaires, schedule. You need to create a schedule. You need to create, guys, a schedule. What room is that? Let me go just tell you what room is that. Let's go, what was it? The room, so we know. Yeah, I just want to see which page is the fixture that we're going to be looking at. Okay, let's go look. Now this is where you need this, gentlemen. There was room. Where's bathrooms? There are bathrooms, aren't there? I want to highlight it here. Where am I? Okay, bathrooms. Lunchroom. Where's the bathroom? Am I the one who is... okay, here you go. So we're going to go to this page. Cool? 36. Can you guys go to page 136 in this so we can see what type of fixture we need for this baby? 36. Okay, 36. Page 36. Here's the type of fixture that we're using for this page. Can you guys see that, everybody? Here's the type of fixture. What is it? It's called Lithonia Commercial Industrial Fluorescent Recessed. Recessed. Cool? Everybody can see that? It's 2 p.m. 3N. 2 p.m. 3N in the restrooms. All right, so let's go. Back here, guys. Hit new Luminaire. Now I need to go find it. Okay, now what do you guys see? Before we go ahead, and because yours is going to be slightly different than mine. What do you see? Do you see gray? Okay, now this fixture is Lithonia. So go click on Lithonia here. Do you see anything? Okay, do you see a button that says load here? Okay, download it. Yep, go ahead and download. And I'm going to wait for you guys to download it. You need to download it first. Now we're going to go find it. Can you click on the commercial industrial fluorescent, guys? Everybody can click on that. Underneath it says recessed. Now, if you guys look, why am I going this way? Right here. Derek, can you guys see here? It says commercial industrial fluorescent on the end, recessed. Okay, click on recessed, gentlemen. The recessed ones, the commercial industrial fluorescent recessed. I need 2 p.m., a p.m. fixture. Architectural, okay, let me see. I don't know where would that be. Direct and direct, they changed them slightly. So can you guys see underneath here, under these recessed, parabolic lighting? There you go. Can you guys see that? It's under parabolic lighting. Now that's where you're going to dig a little bit, guys, and try to find it. It's a parabolic lighting PM. Can you guys see the PM? PM what? PM3. PM3. Click on PM3, gentlemen. Why PM3? Look at the name. Can you guys see that? PM3. Do we have a PMN? Oh, PM3N. Actually, we have. This is the one that I want PM3N.
Yeah, you gotta go under PM2.
No, here, PM3N.
Well, you're 2 p.m.
Oh.
PM, so you're gonna be under.
2
And then
p.m.
scroll all the way to the bottom.
Thank you, thank you. It's a PM2 will get you a 2 p.m. Yeah, PM2 will get you. At this point, guys, we start trying to find the actual picture. So if you go to 2 p.m. 3N, that will get you 2 p.m. 3. Let's try to shoot for this catalog number, will ya? Please. Can you guys see what I'm shooting for? Everybody read that one. Here. Try to find 2 p.m. 3NG. Out of all these files, I need 2 p.m. 3, right? Any one of these. 3N. Do we have a? Okay. 2 p.m. 3N. GB. There's a U. 2 fixtures. T8 watt. Any, you know what? For all practical reasons, any of these guys could get me there. So I don't want you to get. These are all the different type of fixtures that can come with it. If you use 2 PM 3 and 2 U319LD, these are the description of the fixture in terms of what's and what's not. Tube, Paramax. So 32 watt to 8. Any one of these would get me there. Anyway, I'm not fussy. After you reach this point, I'm not fussy where you go. Try to get to the catalog number though, if you can. But the problem is our catalog number might not be the most latest stuff, so it might. So 2 p.m. 3 and TU. I don't have TG. Do you see TG, guys? What's G for? G is for lay-in grid. I need a G. There you go. 2 p.m. 3. Okay, 2 p.m. 3 UDA. Anyway. Okay, so let's just get into one of these picture guys just to do the calculation. Okay, G32 here. 2 p.m. 2. You know what? 2 p.m. 2 G grid. I need a grid, lay-in grid. B32 troffer. Let's use this 2x4. Can you guys see that? That's let's use this one. 2 p.m. 2 GB 32 watt 2x4 3 lamps. Okay, shall we do that? Click on that one, guys, and hit open. Now you have just loaded this fixture. If you get confused there, guys, welcome to the club. That's where you kind of try to find the right fixture, the closest to what you want. Pick that one for the time being. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We picked that. Pick that one, please. It was the 2 p.m. 2 G for the grid, B3 32 3 lamps 32 watt each, and with a multi-voltage. Can you guys see MV multi-voltage and GEB 10 IS? This is the ballast that we're using. I'll talk about these guys later on. Okay? If you pick the different one, don't sweat it too hard. You can switch them in a heartbeat. This is going to be your fixture A. Now, can you guys see where it says you're going to fixture A? Okay, I'm going to go open it. Okay. All right, so now I have a fixture. I want to go, now I have a fixture. Can you guys hit place? Hit place here. Now I will ask you now, here's my fixture. It's going to be set, the height of the fixture. Oh, I'm sorry. Make sure you put yourself in 2D, please. Put yourself in 2D, here, and hit place. And here's your fixture, guys. You're holding a fixture in your hand. I want you guys to look at the height of the ceiling. What's the height of this? The fixture height? 10. What's the ceiling height? 10. Recessed right into the ceiling. Exactly what I want. So I want to grab that fixture, and I'm going to put that fixture. I'm going to put that fixture right in this area. Okay. I have one fixture. And I have one fixture, and let's just put one fixture here and hit escape. Hit escape, gentlemen. Everybody put a fixture and hit escape. You can put 2 fixtures, 3 fixtures, multiply them. What's not? Hit escape. Now I would like you guys to go to calculate and hit calculation. Now, before you do that, let me tell you where we are, because our speaker is coming. So, gentlemen, I have just finished IES file. We picked the IES file, the one that you guys confused with. That's called IES file. Here's the schedule, fixture schedule. I need to perform a calculation And that's it, done for this particular location. Later on, you're going to print reports and all this good stuff. But we're done. We're really done. Now we're going to do calculation. Okay, so I'm going to go and step 5 and 6 we'll do them at the end, guys. Not today when you're done with your stuff. Hit calculation. Now it's cooking. See how easy it is? Did you hit calculation? Okay. Do you guys see what the average is? Could you please tell me what the average is? Can you see the calculation? Average 23.8, maximum 42, minimum 8, maximum to minimum is 5.8. What was the requirement for this area, guys? The bathrooms? Bathrooms was I'm required to have 20. Did you guys see that? I'm required to have 20. If you look at the requirement for bathrooms says 20-foot candle. And what did I come up with? 23.8. For beginners, perfect. As a beginner, perfect. Now, people who are perfectionists like Brian will go say, okay, now I have 3 bulbs in this lamp. What if I took 2 bulbs and run it for 2 bulbs? Maybe I can have 2 fixtures. I want to remind you guys in the bathrooms, do you really want to have 1 fixture so if it turns off, if the ballast goes bad, now you have the people doing their business and there's no light? So might be a good idea because it's a bathroom to have 2 fixtures. So what you're going to do, and then reduce, but before I do that, do you see the calculation what you come up with? 28, I'm done. Based on the requirement of the project, I'm done. Did you guys hear me? Based on the project requirement, I'm done. Based on the project requirement, I'm done. Now, to make my project better, I could go back again. Let's go to Luminaire, will you? Go to Luminaire, go to schedule, and I'm gonna go pick, see where it says lamps here, lamps number 3 lamps. I'm gonna go new fixture. It will take you back to the same fixture, guys, and it will take you, let's go to one that has 2 lamps in it. Any 2 lamper. Okay, here's a 2. Can you guys see where it says 3 lampers? These are all 3 lampers. 2, 8, T5. Okay, did we pick a T5? No, crashed. Here you go. This is a fixed 2 p.m. okay, recess. So you're gonna, we need one of these. So we got G 2x2. We don't want 2x2, 2 lamps. Here's a 2 lamper. 2P2, G2, okay, multi T8. Okay, here's a 2 lamper. Can you guys see that? It has 2 lamps in it right here. The one that we had before, 3 lamps. Open that one. Here's another fixture with 2 lamps. Almost is exactly the same except 2 lamps. Can you guys see that? Oh no, this is a 2x4. Let's go. Oops, I don't want to do that. This is a 2x2. Let me see if I can find 2x. Can you guys see 2x4, 2 lamps right here? So that's where you're gonna start wandering around and trying to find the one that you need with 2 lamps. It's 2x4. Okay, here you go. GP232. Here's a 2x4, not 2x2. 2x4, 2 lamper. Did you guys find that? This is a 2 p.m. GP232 with multi and electronic ballast. It says 2x4, 2 lamps, T8 each, and 12 cell in each one of them, and what's not. Okay, and again, so I have 3 lamps. Now, I don't want to use this lamp. What do you think we do? Click on this lamp, and do you see somewhere here it says delete? The lamp that you did not use? Click on delete. You can delete any lamp you want. I'm going to name this lamp B. So I have a 2 lamper, and I can help you, Adam, with that one, if I want fast on that one. I have it, and now I have a lamp 2. Look how easy that is now. Can you guys see that? I have another fixture with 2 lamps in it. Hit OK. Now look what happened. The easiest thing to do this is, at least it used to be in the old days. I'm gonna go. Oops. Zoom one. Okay. So view. Anybody can look. Where's the property? I forgot where the property is. We need to go property. Home maybe. You see where you can click on it and get the property. Let me do schedule. Well, the properties are here, Chad. Select. We got the calculation out. Okay. Okay, display. I don't know. Okay, now it's. Here's my project. Here's my calculation. If you look at my calculation zone, guys, how the numbers are and what's not. I'm trying to find the property of that boy. If I select, okay, let's go select. Where is select? Okay, let's see if I want to move it. Okay. If you want to move things, guys, you can highlight and move him on what's not. Property, okay, here. Here's the property. I found it. Can you just see where's property here at the bottom? Click on property, will you? But I need to property of what, Chad? Click, there you go. Oh, Christ chicken, how they do it. Did you guys see that? Click on property. Now I'm going to go highlight from, okay, highlight the fixture and right click. It should give me a property of that fixture. Hello. A statistics is a property. Okay. What do I need? I need the luminaire. I need this one here.
Click on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
No, just click on it.
click on it. There you go. Thank you.
Yep.
Here's the luminaire. Here's the property of my luminaire. Everybody guys click on it. Just hit property, click on it. I'm going to change this one from A to B. Look how easy that is. I'm going to go change it from A to B. So just all what you have to do, expand this one and put it B. Now this fixture have been changed from a type A to type B in a heartbeat. Can you see that? Then recalculate. Let's go back. I change it. Let's go recalculate. Now my calculation, look at my average now, 16. My average is 16. Okay, now here's what I would do. Gentlemen, I'm going to go to modify. I'm going to go copy. I'm going to go grab the this fixture. Oops, be careful what you copy. Right click, and I'm copying this fixture. Can you guys see that? I'm going to copy this fixture and put it this way and skip it. And then I'm going to go move. See where it says move here? Move. I'm going to go move this fixture. Click on this fixture. Right click and move it slightly. I want to put one here and one here. I don't know if that's the best design or what's not. So I copied and moved another fixture and go back again to calculate and hit calculate. Gentlemen, you're getting into the details now. Copy, move, and what's not. I have 29 with two fixtures. Two fixtures, 29. Now I could keep digging, guys, and getting it lower. Remember, it's a bathroom. You know, different type of fixture that can give me the 20. They need that type of fixture. One lamper. Remember, with one fixture, we were there. We were done with one fixture. But that's how you can make your design a better design, Derek. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, gentlemen? Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to show you guys before my friend comes here. So it's higher than what we asked for. So I would rather have two fixtures with higher than one fixture, because bathrooms, you really need two fixtures because of the function. You know, you don't want one to turn ballast and then it's dark, right? There's a better way, guys, of doing. Go dig and find if you can have I mean, the type of the fixture that we're using is harsh to get. We're using T8. Let me show you. So everybody got, can I have thumbs up, Chad? Let me go repeat the function before my friend comes here in a second. So here's what we did, guys. We imported CAD file. We grade it, and we make it uneditable. We build the 3D model. We place the calculation zone. We place fixtures from a schedule, and we know how to manipulate a little bit the schedule. And then we perform calculation. And like Adam said, now we start saying, what's the better option? That's what you guys are going to be digging in, and I will be helping you with the details. Before I let you guys go, because Murphy is going to be coming in a second here. He will take it to the next level. I'll tell him where we are. Any question about the big picture? Can you guys see the big picture? Now, if I'm done with this project, look how easy that is. When you're done, you go file here and export. You're not going to do that. and that will export it back to CAD and import it into Revit. Adam, put your fixture there, tag him, label them, tag and circuit and switch, and off it goes. Now, Karen, all this is done next week and the week after. We guys have 2 weeks to finish this. Did you hear me, Derek? We have 2 weeks to do all the line calculation for inside and outside. Inside and outside. We have a parking lot to deal with yet, and import them to Revit and circuit them into next week and the week after. So we have enough time, but keep the faster you do it, the better it would be, or the less problem you're going to have, because you're going to encounter some issues.
Even if you rotate them.
Yeah. It will tell the.
Well, no, I mean, it went from like being 30 to all the way up to 40. Just
Yeah.
by rotating them.
Yes, absolutely. So now, Derek, there's not a whole lot you can do. Sometimes you might, one fixture. I know one fixture got us there. So the only thing you can do is you can go to one lamper instead of three. Now your option when it comes to fixture, guys, are either one lamp, two lamp, three lamp, or four lamp. Economically, Matt, you always want a three with three lamps. Why? You know what a one lamper is? Do you want to send an electrician $65 an hour to put a big fixture like this with one lamp in it? I mean, it's not worth it. It's a lot of lamps. So from an economy point of view, guys, try to run typically with three lampers if you can. Then you go to no less than two lamps. You don't want to go less than two lamps. If you can, four lamps will be the best, because that's the most economical way of doing it. Four lampers, you can get smaller amount of fixture, cheaper, and so forth. Okay. And speaking of Mr. Murphy, I have just warmed them up for you. Complete warm up. Because you haven't seen the software. Otherwise, when the experts comes, you guys will be lost. So, shall we guys have maybe? Can we have 10 minutes? Because let's have 10 minutes, and Murphy will take it to the next level. Yeah, it's downloaded. We're ready. I just walked them through the one because I haven't had a chance. Walk them through things. I'll show you where we are in a second here. Okay, let's take 10 minutes, guys, will you? Okay. I'm recording some of them. Are you wanted by any other agencies? All right, so here's your mouse. I have mouse and everything is up and running. Here's your book, and go ahead.
So what room is it we're looking at? Mechanical
Mechanical,
116?
yeah.
So you guys all have that room on yours?
So if you guys go to the mechanical, zoom into the mechanical room. That was room
116.
116. So Andrew's going to walk you through. We'll do the same thing for the mechanical room.
And you guys did the room next to it? So you,
113.
okay, so yeah, it's gonna be the same thing. We can actually use rectangle for this if you want, underneath the room. What's the height in here? Or you told me it was 17, right?
Yeah, 11. What did they say? What did they say about that one? 11 and
I thought you said 17 and we mount them at 15?
yeah. I said, I'm sorry. You know what? I have, no, 13. I lied to you, so we can be consistent.
Okay, 13.
13, and we mount them at 10. So the height of that room, guys, is going to be 13 foot. So when you make sure it's mechanical room,
The height's right here.
and the height is 13.
Did you guys do anything with reflectances last time when you did your other room?
We did not do anything with reflectances.
Because it was just a general office space, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that'd be fine. If you wanted to, you could kind of bring these numbers down. Typically, a mechanical room doesn't, might not be painted or whatever, but for this, we can just leave it. It means a white ceiling, kind of white walls, and a normal floor. So then I usually turn the endpoint on, and I'll just zoom in on a corner, go to the other corner.
So then this room is a rectangle, guys. So it might be easier, just like he said, to use a rectangle. And we're going to use
13.
13 for this one. There you go, perfect. If anybody needs help, guys, if you don't mind, Andrew, I'll just jump around. And
No, that worked so good.
So you should have created a room that's called mechanical room with a height of 13 feet. Okay?
guys?
We're, sorry, changing to the height again.
Yeah, if you,
Different properties.
yeah, I don't know if we can change the height yet, but what we've done in the past, the easiest way is just click on this and delete that baby and just start to.
That's, I think, what you still have to do. I don't know
Is it?
if they fixed that or not. I'm trying to see here.
Try to hit the height, release it, Becky, and just name it R116. All right, make sure before we move to the next step with Andrew, guys, everybody's room is set. Brian and Karen, cool, 13 foot, make sure it's 13 feet. Okay?
Yeah, it looks like you just have to redo it if you have that. Or you could actually go to modify and scale and just scale on your Z-axis. Then you need a calculator. So we have that. Did you guys, I don't know if it'd be easier for you. So you have two you could almost, what I would do is maybe just go through my whole list and build this schedule first. So you know, to make it go faster. You build it once, then you're done. And then you could, I don't know if it's the same for all your other projects.
We're using LEDs next project, so.
Okay, so it's not the same, but if you have a project that has the same kind of schedule, you can export the schedule and import it every time. You know, say you're on a job and you're using the same stuff. You can have like, schedule ABC, and you can just import it in, then it saves you, quite a bit of time. So for this one, we'll just do, this is a mechanical room.
Yeah, this is a mechanical room, and it's in mechanical room, right here, 116, it's in page,
69.
Yeah, page 69. So this should be in page 69, and Lafonia, guys, look at that fixture.
Just a general 2-lamp strip. Looks like you guys have kind of went through these menus.
Yep.
They're not too painful. This will be.
So the stuff is in Lafonia?
Yep, we can just go back. We'll just.
There you go, yep.
So underneath Lithonia, it's going to be commercial industrial fluorescent, and then they just have a category strip lights, and it will be down a little ways, and right here is the C.
It's the C type.
Back. Yes,
Everybody got the value picture, guys, see? I like the way you did it. We went to that. You can also see it from right here. We were just looking at this here, guys. See the category, click on C. Yeah, it will load them all for you. I don't know if there's a preferred way of.
No, it's all good. They give you all these options. Typically, you're just going to use a T8. This TC232 is just a tandem unit, so it's just double. So there's actually two 4-foot sections. I think we'll just use 4-foot for ours, or should we?
Or I think
We can just use 4. It's a lot easier. We'll be doubling them up. So I'm going to grab that, hit OK. Bring it into my schedule.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that one too. Yeah.
So under light loss factor here, what this will do is when you're designing things, you want to factor in this it helps people know that they're going to have enough light through the whole life of the lamp. So they're not going to have it, designed for 30-foot candles. Well, then at the end of the lamp life, the guy's only had like 15-foot candles in his room. So if you want, you could take like 25% off this. Just use a 0.75 for typically all your T8s. Let me change these ones quick too. Or you can calc it as initial, and then just put in your notes that your levels you're showing are initial, so someone would at least know what you were doing.
So what if I just inject one thing and even leave it? When you guys if you do this, day one, when you run your project will be close to, if you did the, 0.75, your project will be close to 25% brighter than what it should be day one.
Right.
So that's, be aware of that one, right?
Yep.
Because the inspector might catch you on that one, you'll be brighter. So there's day one calculation is based on 1%, and 0.75, that's like 3 years.
3 years,
or
yeah,
so,
roughly somewhere in there.
down the road, that's what it's going to be maintained. Does that make sense? So I think some engineers do the initials at 1%, that's what you're gonna get day one, and then they do as points.
Yes, some cities will make us run both. They'll make us show maintain and initial so they can kind of know what they're looking at. So we have that. Once you get that in there, you hit OK, and we can place this thing. So underneath play, I wonder if there's any other. So yeah, all these are place and orient, place and aim. This would be more for floodlighting, place and aim. Place and orient is going to allow you to, you click once and then it'll spin on an axis so you can rotate it. Or you can just hit place and physically type in. Well, see, okay, I hit place. Well, then you got to go down to the fixture you want. This will be your whole schedule underneath here. Grab that. I got my endpoint down. Turn that off. And we say these are 10.
We're gonna, these are, what did we say, 13, we're gonna go 2 feet, so 11. You know what, well, let's do 11. So did you guys change the mounting height, 11, so it's gonna be suspended fixture? Suspended fixture, 2 feet suspended?
Yep. I got that there. Then I would just kind of right click, close out of that, and I would use just copy for here. I don't know. Otherwise, if you do it freehand, your dimensions will kind of be, you know, it'd be 8.1 feet opposed to being 8 feet on center. Change that to 1. I select copy already. So that's where it's goofy. Just grab the fixture, and if you right click, you can copy it up. I'm just going to make it an 8-foot section. And then center it in the space. That's close enough, I guess. And we're going for 25-foot candles in here. Let's try. I'm going to type in 10 here. Oh, no, I'm not. Underneath here, I'm going to grab the 10. Because I selected copy. Now I'm going to try to copy this thing on a 10-foot center and see if we get close to.
Can I just say one little thing, Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
What Andrew did is he changed the snap guys to 10. Our snap was 0.1, he changed it to 10. Change it before you do the copy.
Right here.
Now you snap, so you copy every 10 feet, so it'll give you good, better spacing.
Yeah, for this we're not really sure what we'll need, so it's kind of more trial and error to try to get to the 25. Now I'm going to recenter these, so then you can go back to point 1. Somewhere in there. And then your calc zone will be the same as you added on your other room you did.
We did the 3D view when we did up.
Okay, you did the 3D view, so you make sure you grab the right surface.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you just do that, go to your surface. Maybe. Oh, I'm on mass. That's why. I want to be on calculate. I was on mask over here, which allows you to take certain parts out. So surface right here.
Make sure you name it, guys, before we do. I told them to name it room, the same room, 11R116, I think, or mechanical 116.
And then let's show your heights. I guess you can leave it on the red if you want. A lot of times I'll use kind of a black for my calc zone color, just because they always show you the max and the min. The max is always a red number, and the blue is the low, and it just shows up better with the black lettering, rather than looking for red and red. You can kind of see them over here. Like that'd be our max, and our min is over here. It's just something that sometimes you want to look at to make sure you don't got fixtures like right next to the floor for you accidentally typed it in wrong or something. Change that. For interior too, I usually just take this decimal off. It just cleans up your drawing. So once you get that selected, everything should be good. You right click and it'll add the zone. And you can see it's up in the air like that.
you were thinking of this.
Oh, and that one was,
And then the next you move it. This would be on 116. And the height is 2.5, and that's about it. And then you just go like that, and height like, you got it. Anybody need help, guys? I can help you while Andrew is moving. Anybody need help? Everybody got the same thing?
well, height you said 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5.
You can see how they are suspended, guys. If you show them a 2D, can you guys see how they're suspended? The fixtures are suspended fixtures.
Come in here and calculate. And I don't know, we might have to change it because we were going for 25 and we're a little bit bright. We're at 35 foot candles right now, so I guess I would maybe try to delete a fixture. Maybe just delete these middle ones and then move my outside fixtures in a little bit.
You can see that next, then you start kind of adjusting it, running it. Everybody can see how Andrew's doing it. And Andrew, you do the same thing, right? When you're running calculation, you kind of.
Yeah, but unless it's like a big warehouse and like that's where I use that interior tool.
Yeah.
If someone will say I got a 100 by 100 room, how many of these fixtures do I need? And you can figure it out that way too. But most of the time for design builds type stuff, yeah, you just kind of start here.
in one place and just gauge yourself and try to get as close as what you need.
I'll try that. And that puts us right at 25.
Right at 25. Perfect. Andrew, do you want to walk them through the selection process here? It's like CAD, top to bottom, and
Yeah, when you're clicking, I'm sure you kind of all experience this. It's really buggy, in my opinion. But right click is kind of like hitting enter. So once you're on a command, so if I had, say I had to make multiple rooms, and I went to room, and I just started making rooms, and I got finished, I could left click again, and it'll keep, I can keep going, rather than having to reselect up here every time. Let's see where you see where it is. But yeah, it's really bad. See, if I click here, you'd think the rectangle would go that way, but.
it's not doing it, right? It's coming from right to
Yeah, if you go from kind of like select all or whatever, when you go this way, you'll grab everything. So if I just grab, say I wanted to delete all this stuff, if I just go this way, it'll only select just my fixtures.
what's inside the.
Yep. If I go from, I guess, left to right, but if I go the opposite direction, it'll grab
The whole thing.
everything except for this because I didn't have it in there. I think that's the same as CAD.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, I think. So sometimes when you select, you have to touch it to be selected.
Yeah, everything will turn red too when you have it selected.
When you do any modification, guys, can you see the calculation zone grays? When it's grayed, this means something has happened and you need to recalculate.
Yeah, otherwise your numbers won't show up in
Yeah.
when you make your print out. You just make sure it's all calculated.
Yeah, you have to recalculate so it populates your data. Every time you move a wall, or move a room, or move a ceiling, or move a fixture, that will grade on you.
Oh, what else did you show you an interior? Do you ever look at the power, like watts per square foot? No.
We did not, but it would,
It's the same thing as a calc zone, but you just select a surface. And it's kind of the age we live in now. Everything is about energy and things like that. Just a quick way, you can label these too. So it'll tell you how many watts per square foot you have per room. It's kind of a,
we'll just.
for certain, if you're doing like a lead building that has to have certain watts per square foot, it's a good little tool to have.
So it calculates it on the calculation zone.
Yeah, but it bases it off of, so on your luminaire schedule,
Yeah.
it gives you a wattage for all these lamps. It bases it off that and then just a quantity of lamps over the square footage. And
Wow.
it gives you that. Underneath calculation, there's just, looks like a lightning bolt, I guess. just says, I just use surface. You can just select a certain room. So you select the room, and then if you right click, then you just go and select all the fixtures.
Oh.
You could also draw the whole, whatever you draw, you gotta be kind of careful to get the correct square footage. So you wanna make sure you're just grabbing rooms and not drawing all over the place. You know.
Well, it looks like you need an area and a fixture. to
Yep,
calculate.
exactly. But if you guys aren't doing it, maybe that's just something,
That's a cool one.
something that
Yeah.
you might find handy down the road,
Yeah,
depending on what you end up
absolutely.
doing. I'm just gonna get rid of it though.
Is that new to this one?
No, they had it on the other one too. I don't think I ever brought it up though.
I've never played with it.
I just seen it there. It's like, oh, that's helpful. When you do these rectangular rooms too, see how there's these low points in the corner, so 17, 17, 17. Everything in here is centered square. We got one little detail there where it's got 3 high points there, but it's in the middle, and that gives us good uniformity. It makes you want that number to be as close to 1 to 1 as you can get. With the new LEDs and things like that, it's becoming almost reality. You can get down to like 1.2, 1.3 to 1.
Well,
That just means all the numbers are almost all the same.
are you guys aware that the red numbers are the brightest foot candle in the middle here? They're always a red, and the
Blue.
darkest spot will be the corners in blue. Can you see
That's
that?
your minimum, and that's how this is actually calculated.
That's a maximum minimum ratio.
Okay. We got the schedule. If we did a room, you did print editor.
I did not do print editor.
Or do you want to do
I think I would rather do.
exterior?
Yeah. After we finish here, if you zoom out of it, guys. Any question about doing all these steps for every single room? Any question about that? So what I expect from you guys this week and next week is basically take every area, build exactly what we have done, run the calculation. You might have to adjust it like Andrew had done. And then when you're done, we're going to export to CAD, import to Revit, and do our layout and tagging and switching with Revit. That's the most important thing. That's the Revit part. The visual part, guys, I will require you to print certain reports from Revit, from visual, and maybe we'll do at the end when we do we're going to spend some time with exterior.
Okay.
I'll show you how to print from it.
Yeah, we
So
can
do
do
me a
that.
favor, guys, if I just may do one thing. Can you guys go file and save your project and put it somewhere, guys, and call it this is floor plan. So you know it's a floor plan, and put it on your team folder. Could you please, so I can look at it? So I'm going to go to my desktop and just put this one in my team folder. Where's my shortcut to ECDM? Put that project in your team folder, please. Okay, here's team, and under commercial, and see where it says lighting calculation. Put it right under lighting calculation, right here. Here's your schedule, and just save it as a floor plan. When you're done, give us thumbs up so we can start with next year, guys. Okay? I think we can exit out of it. So just to confuse them.
Yes.
Still saving. When you're done saving, guys, I think.
Either exit out or go file.
Yeah, I think I would rather probably exit or close. Where's that close? Yeah. So go exit out of it, guys. Exit visual. And maybe we'll start visual one more time. I'm going to let you hear that visual. So exit out of visual. We're going to do now. You guys are going to do it there. Open that file next time. Do the interior. Finish it. We'll do the exterior now. We're going to do the exterior of the building. Cool. Did you guys save the exit out of it? Or you already opened the one? Okay. So it's coming. Hang on. So opening new, save it. That's the interior. We're going to finish it. Now let's go to the exterior, which is the parking lot and the perimeter light.
Yeah, I want to find where this.
Yeah. How to set up that.
This is where all your. This is the area tool. See, it brings you to the web.
Yeah.
This was that tool we looked at
Wow.
before. And this is where you can type in
Gotcha.
individual rooms. But,
Okay.
where'd it go?
can minimize it. Should be there.
So yeah, it gives you all these here.
Okay. Under where are the tools? Okay.
Thought there was a thing for
Exterior.
but maybe there isn't.
File, new one, there's interior. Oh, file new, there you go.
Okay, is that where it is?
Perfect.
So yeah, we'll be exterior.
Okay, can you just go file, exterior to set it up? Everybody got that one? So file, new exterior. Cool. Okay, now what this does is sit.
It just takes it's just direct light. There's no reflectances involved. Kind of in here, we kind of want to factor in our walls and our ceiling, and so it'll be more important when you're looking at like, you guys have a big open office. I've seen, and you're using some linear direct indirect fluorescence in some offices, or those will be suspended. Well, you're gonna want reflectances in that room because it's gonna make an impact on your lighting. For exterior, you're just calculating, at ground, and it's just direct and not reflected. So where is?
Okay, so we need to do that step. Import or you?
Yeah, if
Okay.
you
just
guys, I don't know where your files are. That's the
Yeah,
only
let me
thing.
just run through that one.
Okay, now what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna go to the site. So go file, import, like we did. Import. When you go there, it should default you back to your team folder. Everybody can see that? It defaults you back to your team folder, and we have the site here. Got it? You can see that? That's the site that we're gonna import. Everybody's okay? Cool. And we're gonna go open that site, and we're loading it. Here's the site, and then we would clean that then.
Yeah, they just turn.
Yeah, not on the background. I don't know. What we did is we highlight all these, and we just, here you go.
Yeah, if you just.
Oh, click
Okay.
them. Did you guys see that?
It does it as a group, so you don't have to turn everyone off.
Awesome. Did you guys see that? You turn them right up here. Oops, that disappeared a second.
Yeah, so that's on, and then just click it once or twice, I guess it'd be.
Okay. So did you guys grab them? That's a faster, William. Thank you.
So you guys.
Did you guys grab them? Okay, cool. Verify the scale.
But yeah, I was just checking. So your parking stalls are 8.5 foot wide, which they're normally 9, but maybe for this because it's small, maybe it's compact car parking or something. You're fine. It's not far off. So for this, you guys have a future section and then the actual building. If you want, it doesn't factor in reflectances, but sometimes it's good to have the building there because otherwise it'll let light pass through the building. So if we put wall packs on here, it'll actually spill light behind the building. If we build this room, this is another rectangle. We do use 30?
Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a box to represent the building. That's a rectangle box. We're gonna call it building. Name it building. And the height of that box is gonna be 30 foot. Okay? I want to draw the box.
See, I thought that this would all shut off, but when we were in exterior,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put in zeros just to be sure. I thought it would disappear.
But when we do the perimeter though, within the affect reflection on the wall.
A little bit, yeah. Let's just use 10. Brick is usually somewhere around 30, but just to be on the safe side, we'll just use 10. I don't think it'll factor it in.
Yeah.
There'll be something like you could experiment with. You could turn it on and then turn it off and see if your levels are the same.
And make sure you go only to, I don't know if they can go only just to the,
Right here, right?
you trace the building. Just the building.
Yeah, I just did a rectangle, started up here and go to here.
So what you did, guys, is you represent the building by a box, a footprint of the building with a height of 10 feet. See, it looks
30.
something like this.
I did 30 feet.
30 feet.
Got that?
You're looking at 3D. Huh?
You just did that through calculating on the military surface.
What, no, no.
Just did room underneath construct.
Rectangle, rectangle. Rectangle. Okay, just call it the one, I think you did. And put 30 instead of 13. And I think we changed these to 10, 10, 10. That was extension.
It's more, yeah. I think it's more of an interior thing when it asks that. Because in the old video, it would just give you one box for reflectance.
Okay, did you guys draw that one? Everybody's cool? Okay.
What should we do first? Either calc zone or get the fixtures. We'll get the fixtures first. So underneath luminary again, we're gonna go back into schedule. And then underneath this new,
The fixture that we're using,
where's your
parking lot,
oh, it's a KD
yeah, 595.
595.
Yeah, parking lot light pole, no. Parking lot light is 534. In page 534 is the lighting fixture that we're using, guys. 534.
This is
534.
just gonna be your basic everyday site lighting fixture you would see.
Is it the 22?
Yep. So
Okay, what
underneath
you got,
that,
guys, it's gonna be
underneath outdoor,
outdoor.
and we're doing area lighting. And then this is actually the fixture you selected was the KD.
Everybody saw that one? It's a CAD file, KD.
Sure, you're using. So yeah, it gives you all the options. Right here it is. Oh, these are all on the back. There we go. I'm gonna use that. So yeah, you're gonna want 400 R4 with pulse start. So once you get that,
So the 400 is watt,
yep.
the M is metal halide, the type fixture, and R3 is the projection.
R4 is the one we're using, yeah. R4 is going to be your forward throw. R3 is going to be more forward throw and left to right. There's an R2, which is used for like roadways. And then that's basically all of them. There's an R1 too, which is similar to an R2, but it just puts more light underneath. So, R4.
Pulse start 100 large, that's no metal halide. You're doing,
The HS would be for like a house side shield if you're doing this in a residential area or something.
yes, click on the arrow, we can arrange it by. Okay, so let's see this. R4 without the HS. R4, yeah, also without the HS.
Once you that hit OK, it brings it into our schedule. For metal halide, I use like a 0.72 light loss. They burn out a little faster. So, alright. So yeah, it'll give you the symbol here. It doesn't, I don't know why it's doing that. If you just click on edit here, now we can actually make it look more like an actual site fixture. Symbol square is fine. So this is right here where you can configure things. So if you have a twin fixture, a single, you know, or if you're like if out at Target or any other retail store, you always see big quads like this. For this one, I think we're all using all singles, if I can remember right.
Yeah.
So it makes that a single.
You can use multiple and change it.
This is square. You don't need a select square, just and then Sometimes what I'll turn on is this optical arrow. All it does is shows you which way your fixture is orientated, because some of these fixtures you can actually turn the optics inside the fixture. Just kind of gives a, it just looks better for me anyways. And then the size factor, for sight lighting I usually put it up at 3, just because your sight is usually so big. If you turn up the size factor, it just makes your fixture a little bit bigger, so it
Scale
looks
it big.
more proportionate to your plan. We have
Any question guys about this step? What Andrew did is he took the graphic and made sure it's assigned to a pole and has a 3D component to it, and it's scaled 3 times bigger than the site, so it can show up really good when you draw it. That's what he's doing here. That's what you do this a lot in the site. Any comments, guys? That just by clicking on the graphic here, you can find, like he's showing, you can find a lot of stuff here. Any question about this step? That's essential when it comes to the outside light for the most part. And we're going to do the contour lines, I guess.
Yeah, so once you get that, hit OK. Well, one other thing we gotta do is, where is it here? So I gotta select the fixture, I guess. You gotta be kind of highlighted on it, just click anywhere here. And then there's this template thing. I just don't know really what it looks like. Fixture, it's a big circle on the bottom. This is gonna help you design your parking lot. Typically we use like, they give you all these values. These are all foot candle values. Usually a site is around 1, you want a minimum of 0.5 usually.
0.5, yeah, minimum.
And we want 4:1 uniformity, which is actually pretty good for no halide. So I'll use this 0.5 template. You just select this box, so the GLC will get there. So I just selected that, went to templates.
Well, if I may interject one other thing, what this will do to you guys, it will draw a circle with a minimum of 0.5 cutoff, so you don't have to, it'll help you drop your fixture outside, you'll see in a second here.
It helps take out the guesswork, I guess.
Yeah.
Also shows you kind of like the area that's being illuminated. Is that what
Yep.
it is?
Everything inside this template is going to be half-foot candle or more. And then everything outside will be half-foot candle or less.
And the reason we use 0.5, because the requirement that you guys have, with, you require a minimum outdoor 0.5 foot candle.
You hit that, you hit OK. And now when we go to hit place, it shows us this template. Right now, where it's only at 10 feet,
Over the mountain, at least about 30 feet.
25 feet or 25-foot pole or something.
Is that what we said? We thought 30 feet last time. Mounted at, I can't remember.
3-foot con. Oh yeah, 33 feet. It's because you got a 30-foot pole and a 3-foot base. So I'll put this at 33.
So it's going to be a 30-foot pole with 3 feet concrete base for it.
Yep.
So the height is 33. Everybody got that height, 33 feet? It will change the everything for you based on the height.
Makes that. Make sure your endpoints offer is going to click on all kinds of. This is future over here, right? We don't need to worry about that. You got a half-foot candle minimum. Just maybe we'll start here. Now you could either freehand this, or like I like to keep things straight, so you can turn your ortho on, and then modify and copy. So then these are actually just in a straight line. See, if I go that far, I usually try to kind of overlap it just a little bit, and it makes sense maybe to put it here, just because we're kind of running out of room. It'll be there.
So anything inside these parameter guys will satisfy the requirement, because these lines will represent the 0.5. So anything inside these area will satisfy the requirement of 0.5 or less or more. So.
And then we got another spot up here we got to add to. So we'll put them at.
You can see where you change the orientation on the top.
I'm gonna go with 90.
You flip it to the other
Again,
side.
you could also, if you wanted, if you're underneath luminaires, you can use this place and orient, and all that does is so I click once, and then I can, put it the way I want it. That maybe is the way you want to go. I don't know if we hit 2 last time up here. I think we're gonna have to.
Maybe the height, I think, did you change the height of the?
Yeah, it looks like it's shorter, but I think that's just the screen. Oops. So everything's 33, I'm at 90. I guess I'll start up here. And then, I don't know where, if you'd put one in here, or if you'd use like a different type of distribution in here. I guess for the time being, we'll just
For
use
the time
it.
being, yeah, we'll just put it,
Because it looks like you have a sign here.
yeah, so it's,
We just put this here. It'll keep us close. Now, once you're done, you right click and it'll close that out.
if you look at 3D, when you guys look at 3D view with them, you can see all the poles that comes with it. Everybody can see that.
And then we gotta do our calc zone.
Any question is before we go to the calc zone, everybody got something similar to this for the site? Karen and Derek, you guys are good? Okay. Place them. What Andrew did is he did placing the fixture before the calculation zone. What we did, guys, we always put the calculation zone first, but it really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter which comes first. I guess.
it's just easy, like for the site, we're using these templates, so we don't have to, there's not as much guesswork, so we wouldn't have to sit and calculate and try to figure things out.
Yeah,
We can more or less use these templates and get our design.
absolutely.
But yeah, you could put your calc zone down first. I don't know how,
What
do you
we,
just do the inside of the parking?
yeah, we followed, for the calculation zone, guys, with Polygon, and we just traced the whole perimeter, traced the whole perimeter here, Zama. Yeah, trace the whole perimeter here, and here, all the way back to that.
We could do this another way too, but if that's the way you wanna do it, we can do it.
What's better way?
Like what I've been doing a lot of
Okay.
is, so like when you're doing a site, a lot of times the city will wanna see, so I'll do like, I'll just call this the total area.
So, okay.
And this we can use factor into our perimeter lighting too. So total area, it's gonna be at 0. For site, you can put your, calc point spacing at like a 10 by 10. It's not like a small room, but you know, it's a big, long, open space. These stalls are almost 10 feet apart, so you make that 10 by 10, and then what I'll do is I'll just extend this out, kind of covers up the whole site.
Interesting.
Because a lot of times the city will want to know how much light you're spilling out onto the road. That you can factor in.
Sorry, where did you get that rectangle?
Right here, underneath calculations and then rectangle. And then what we can do once you get that on there,
What do you have height at?
0. We're gonna calculate right at grade. I just started up here and drag it across the whole site.
We call name it site, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I just wrote total area, you can write total site, all, site, whatever. And then, once you get that on there, we're gonna wanna use the statistical zone. And then there, you select your calc zone, and you can, then we can go and trace around our whole lot.
So that's just the one that you're interested in.
These are just to show certain areas of the lot that you actually wanna calculate. We have to turn this, I don't know if you have that on or not.
Let's see what back in to do.
So underneath, so you got the rectangle here
Yeah.
with your calc zone?
Yep.
I guess first thing we could do is go underneath masking here. If you select this surface, grab a point off this calc zone. It'll highlight the whole calc zone red and right click. Then it tells you to grab a surface, grab this, and it'll delete the calc points in the building. So that was underneath masking surface. And then select the calc zone. Right click, and then select the building, and right click again.
Any question guys about that? Anybody need help?
Otherwise, when you go to calc this thing, you're getting a bunch of zeros in your, that's gonna throw off your numbers.
it, right? Okay, now,
Oh,
100% is it open up?
Everybody kind of get here, or close to here? Okay, and then underneath, just to the right of masking here, is some statistical zones. So now we're gonna do polygon, now we're gonna trace the whole. So it's gonna be kind of the same thing. We did statistical zones, and then we're gonna grab a point on here and right click, and then now we're gonna trace our parking lot.
What the statistics that you guys will see, this area is the only area that we're interested in knowing the minimum and the average and what's not. The rest will be used for other reasons, I guess. So,
Yeah, so you just go around selecting all these points. Goes to right here. Use that, I guess. And then bring it back to here. That should be done. So now, see how that area is just green? The area that we're looking at is now its own separate set of calculations. This will help you because I see you have a 4-to-1 minimum or max average to min. If we calc this right now,
Wait, so when we did that polygon, you gotta do the, calculation zone first?
so yeah, I drew that big rectangular calc zone.
No, I mean, yeah, like when you went back in to do the, statistical,
Yeah, so underneath, just to the right over here, there's this statistical
yeah,
zone.
you gotta choose the calculation zone again after you do that.
Yeah, so it'll, once you click on it, then you'll have to select what calc zone you want to make a stat zone in.
okay, click on that, we're gonna start tracing it. It is ortho view, which is all. And then, if you right click at the end, it will close it, like,
Yep, once you get to the end,
when
it'll
you get
close.
closer, just right click, it'll close the area.
I can name this.
I know, I've never done that.
Yeah, I don't know if
That's
it's.
cool. No, that's cool because of the city limits and what's not.
That's one. Yeah, it's the way you probably will see it more often.
Yeah, okay, so it shows it with others.
This one's a name, so I'm just gonna actually name it parking.
Yeah,
Parking.
okay. The total area will be shown as total area, gotcha.
Yep.
Which we're only interested
So that,
in.
you see all these numbers are all messed up. It's giving us the average of 0.4. You know, and you can, once you get done, you can take some of these zeros off with masking. Like we don't need to see all the way over there. You can mask some of it off. But, so yeah, this would meet the requirement of a half-foot candle minimum and then 4-to-1 average to min. We're at 3.2-to-1 average to min.
It's better.
Say in your maximum, if you can keep it under 10-to-1, that's that would be desirable, I guess.
So you're gonna put this after you got the entire area selected, or
Yeah, if you right click, it should give you, so if you're underneath calcs and then stats on or whatever, if you go to the polygon, it'll give you the first square. Just select a point on your calc zone, it should all turn red.
You got both the calculation on green, that's what I care about this. This is
Yeah.
green, and the red, that zone calc is the outside, which you're less than just interested in the minimum.
yeah.
Or you can just do the calc zone and trace the lot too, that might be easier.
Is there a way to change it so it pops a little more?
As far as,
Like, yours, I don't know, yours shows up a lot better than.
let's see.
Never mind.
Okay, zoom.
Okay, so sorry, you went to, calculation and then the masking polygon,
To do,
or is it the statistical?
to make the green area,
Yeah,
that's a statistical. So underneath polygon, statistical zones.
you couldn't twist it, well, I traced it, I just wanna get it green.
Did you run calc? No, I think you masked it. Looks like you
Yeah,
masked
probably people just use it and made a calc zone.
it. Is it automatic? statistics.
What's the minimum they usually shoot for the parking lot side?
Typically like 0.5. Some cities will have like a 1 foot candle minimum.
These dots, there's
So
three
then-
dots, right
Like
there.
in the statistical area, that's the part that you want to get 0.5.
Yeah, that's the part where that's where they're gonna be looking.
You might have to limit between so, you know, and was always be zero. And then you grab that one and go all the way. There's a thread. 37. Okay. Any comments, guys? Any questions?
Can
Any
you,
comments?
can you adjust that statistical area?
Greg, is it working for you?
Like make it bigger or no? You'd have to delete it and do it all over.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, zoom out there, let me see.
Wasn't sure. I did the extra area where there was
The future or whatever.
yeah, the future.
The only way you can do it is if you catch yourself, hit undo a bunch of times and it'll come back.
Go back a little bit, okay.
Yeah, up here this undo. But that's
Okay, so, okay, now let's put regulation. Okay, you just all the way, make that big box, so. Yeah, it's delayed, yeah. Pick one, right, right, and then I'll go pick the surface. There you go. And you know what color on there.
so it should have been.
So down a little bit, it'll show a lot better.
Sliding zoom on us.
Oh, so you get calculating it?
Oh, I guess I do. Now I'm just
Yeah,
calculating.
just get calculating.
Is it green?
Okay.
Yeah, because if you do like, you accidentally did calculation zone again, that defaults to red. The stat zones are kind of default to green. You can go in and change that too in your properties if you want to make it, you know, pink or purple or whatever. It just helps stand out against everything else.
Just make sure you trace it. Put yourself on for this. Okay. Any question, guys? Everybody's good with that? Is it working for you? Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's good. One more thing, and we're gonna do perimeter lights, guys.
Yep.
And we're gonna do that one,
That's kind of why I do like this, because I think we can make another zone that just shows perimeter.
okay.
I might change the spacing on these calc points so we get more. So right now, we're only going to be able to select one. See where it's red? So for that, we got to go back to our schedule.
Could I just say one little thing now?
Yeah.
Andrew. So guys, when you're done with the parking lot is done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, add a couple of lighting fixture around the perimeter, right here somewhere. And then Andrew is gonna draw, a calculation zone around the building somehow.
We're going to do another stat zone.
Yeah, another stat right here. And we're gonna do a stat for somewhere similar to this. Can you guys see that? So these are the parameter light around the building with their statistical. Any comments, guys, about this one? So another statistical around the building for the perimeter light? Cool, Karen, everybody's good? Let me erase this one and let you,
What did we do for, getting rid of that?
The building.
Yeah, deleting them?
So underneath calculations,
Yep.
there's this masking.
Yeah, sure.
If you select surface
Yep.
and click your calc zone, right click and then select the building and right click.
and then right click, and now click on the building. Right click. There you go. So you have to do it in this order somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got that perimeter lighting. So it looks like you're
square foot.
Must be 544 exit doors. That's gotta be
Exit doors, yeah.
544 is your.
It's 544, guys, the fixture that we're gonna be using for the perimeter light. It says exit doors and the perimeter light.
Otherwise, underneath. So we're going back into our schedule. Going to new again. It's gonna be underneath Lithuanian outdoor again. Except this time it's gonna be wall mounted
Wall mount, everybody get that one?
instead of that hairy lighting we did last time. The wall mount. It's the W. I guess you could use either one of these three. It's up to you. They're all gonna be. They're all got the same like engine or guts to them. So the optics are all gonna be the same. It's just more of an architectural thing. Select the WST. Yeah, so these are just gonna be our perimeter lights. We're gonna use like 100. Use 100, and you guys are more concerned about perimeter, so we use a wide throw. So if you take the WST 100M, yep, no, that should be just fine.
100 MB.
100, I would go with wide throw, because this is more perimeter, so if we go wide throw, we'll get more coverage around the perimeter in a smaller area.
Did you guys get it?
Did you go LED to 100?
No, it was, outdoor.
Like with the WST,
Yeah, the WSTM is just it's just a mini version.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess on the opposite page, they look identical. One's just a little has a smaller profile.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure, like, if you have, like you go to, like, THW, what is TWH? What does it stand for?
They don't understand. It's just a lettering system that they use. Every different lighting manufacturer has their own set of
Okay.
part numbers, I guess, if you will.
Wall mount, there you go. The wall mount. What was the type of fixture again?
I use the WST, but it
Not the
could be really any of these three.
Where are you, can you?
So I was under Lithonia,
Yep.
and then outdoor,
Outdoor,
and then wall mounted.
wall mounted, okay, after that.
Gives me
Which one?
this.
Spectral? Which one did you use, WST?
I use that, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it.
You got three options here based on your page.
I think you used the 100M, 180.
Use 100M with the WT.
There you go. Alright. Okay. Did you guys all pick that fixture? That's the perimeter fixture that's gonna be around that. Karen, did you get it? What was it? Okay, so it's 100 W, MT 100, that one,
So you need to change anything in the templates of this one?
I would use, you could do the same thing. Use the half-foot candle one. For this, I think we're gonna be good just because we got some light coming in from the site, from the poles. If you want, you can turn this on again. It doesn't hurt anything because you're able to, when you make your printouts, you're able to turn them off, kind of hide them, like turn off the layer, and then you won't see them. It's more just for design, and then I'm gonna add a light loss back into this.
wall mounted. And the phone number, you need to go download. When it downloads, you should be able to. Did you guys, everybody got that fixture and did the modification?
I just changed this.
175 light loss factor, and did you do anything with the shape?
No, I might just put this on, just to keep it consistent, so we know we're not facing at the building, we're facing away from the building. Just helps with your design. So everyone's got that fixture.
You change the size factor?
For wall packs, no. You can kind of, it's more wall packs are, I would just look at it, put them on there. If they look too small, go in and bump that up. Because if you use 3 on the wall, they just look enormous. It won't do anything to the light levels, it's just how it appears on the screen. Once you have that in good place again, it's right now we're up at 33 feet, so that template doesn't look quite right. I don't know, we're at 10 or 12.
12? Did you say?
Mm. So we'll just use 12. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna have about 2 per side.
We're just placing it around the building in general.
Yeah, so you need, it says a half foot panel minimum. You know, we could put one in the middle, but we need at least 2 on the side. And then, so I'm gonna change that to 0 and get the back here. This, you're gonna need 3 anyways, so. I'll do that, I'm gonna recenter this thing.
How do you get it to, so you set it for, set it to 90 orientation, how do you get it to turn?
Yeah, so, you know, for the top ones that were at 0, 0 is always gonna be facing like up or north, however you wanna view it. 270 was to face, to the west. If this is west, I don't know which way your plan is facing. Or you could use that place and orient again underneath, where's that? Place and orient, and then it'll let you, you know, if you leave it, if you turn your ortho on, it'll only let you move in the, you know, 4 directions. But yeah, if you just go underneath place, you can set your.
But when I go to place it, it doesn't show the,
Because you need to go click on it.
Go to, yeah, your schedule probably.
Weird. And that's weird. So there you go. Maybe you didn't click the first time. Right? You right? Now skip. There you go. You need to orient it by
Be underneath the mounting height.
Click on that one.
What was that mounting?
12.
Oh, you picked the one that oriented itself. That's
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna. Orient it. Okay, did you draw it? Okay, you need to, now after you draw it, you need to rotate it. Rotate it. Is that okay? Yeah, and click it off. Right click. And click. And you go to the again. Yeah, you got it. It's like in CAD, guys. When you move things, if you drop it the wrong way, you can go rotate it, adjust it, move it exactly like in CAD. Okay. Have you just dropped some fixtures? Not all fixtures, please. Just 1 or 2 fixtures so we can put the, what do you call this, statistical zone, and then you run it. Shall we just hold your horses? Don't drop all of them, guys. This is the statistical zone.
Just give me the same thing as we did, but we'll use a rectangle just because we can on this one. Go back under statistical zones. If you grab this rectangle, and then it's going to have a select zone we want, so just any point on this calc zone. We'll turn that all red. We right click. Now if you just start down, you can see these points we had in red. Those are the ones we're going to want to include. So if I make my rectangle there and just grab 1 point around the perimeter, see there, some of them are now green. Now we could We can change this color. That might help. We make it, I don't know. And then calculate it. It'll show us our perimeter lighting in purple. And then we're, I believe they're plenty good. We would rename this too. You can change this if you want.
And drag it along that perimeter pretty much. Interesting.
And it just goes, this goes on surface, right?
For
No, not this one, on that.
For the stat zone, for the.
yeah, so I was under calc stat. I used rectangle,
Oh, okay.
and then I select the calc zone, and then I just started down here,
They give it a shot.
and
That's weird.
just grab one row of fixtures, or run one row of calc points around the perimeter.
Calculation with statistical.
For a second there, it just wouldn't let me like, I can click on it, but wouldn't let me choose the count zone.
Well,
So,
yeah, it's probably this program. It's like I said, it's still pretty buggy.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same. Oh, here we go. White play. And then we go to. Here we go now. White play. So it looks like it got setting some calculations on. Oh. Okay. So this calculation zone.
so after you do that, you just go to calculate again?
Yep. Once you get that, you got the perimeter in there.
Yeah, for the stat.
Yep. And then I renamed it just so I can, and changed the color so it would stand out.
Oh, okay.
Just after it's made on the right here, you should say like stat zone 1 or something if you didn't name it.
It's doing it. Yep, see
Yeah,
it,
like
that color?
count zone.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you should have total area, and I don't know if you labeled your first one.
No stuff calculated.
Did you change that at all when we did our parking? So that you can find it, if you can figure out which one it is, you can rename it and change the color if you
You
want.
have to calculate, you see, you can't do that, you have to calculate now, well, I guess you can too. Yeah, here, right, is that,
Oh, it's just changing the color.
yeah. Okay, I think it's calculate, I think statistical zone 2 is already, and there's a color green, go click on any of these colors that, there we go. You sure? You have multiple of them inside.
Oh, you know what, that was fun.
Okay, that's okay, now we know that. Go change it to, was the wrong one. There you go. Yep, it's there. Well, you haven't put fixtures yet, did you?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, I think we're good. Any questions, guys, any comments? Any comments, any questions? So what we did parking lot light, we did perimeter lights. And thank you, Andrew, we've never done it this way, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I think
It would be
it's
involved,
a
I'll
better
be
way to
helping
do
you
it.
guys as we go, and now I know how to do the masking.
They just confused you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have done
just
it the other way.
more detailed than I
This
thought.
way you get a little more details and
Yeah, more details than I thought we would do, that's great.
add some color.
Any comments, any questions, guys? I will remind you next week and the week after, the name of the game is what? Lighting. So we're gonna do the outside lighting, the inside lighting, calculation. Ask me as we go through the time of the fixtures, and like you saw Andrew doing, picking certain things, doesn't work better, just go pick another one. Ask me, I'll give you my 2 cents, like Andrew's doing, giving us all this expertise here too. So when we're done, we're gonna print. Any question before just touch on the print editor?
Yeah.
Any comments, guys? Any questions? I know there's a lot of details to be done, but let's go. Andrew will walk you guys. If I can
When you guys are done with this project, after you import and export and what's not, we're going to export right here. See where it's export? Right in the export area. But you guys will be doing certain things for your friend Chad. Um, no, I don't want to export actually. I just want to show them what the calculation will export when we're done. It's not a big deal. Let me just so there's some requirement, guys, that you need to print for me. So we're gonna go under commercial project, scope, and design build. What Andrew is going to be walking you guys through is cut sheet lighting calculation right here. Can you guys see this? These are what you're required to print for your friend Chad. Can you guys see that? We're required to do a lighting calculation using visual software. We are to, let me blow this one up a little bit here. You are to do a first floor plan. Did they say plan? Plan. Is that wrong? Plan view. What's with the plan? Okay, airplane. We don't want airplane. Okay, first floor plan view with calculation point, and first floor 3D view with no calculation, parking lot with calculation, without calculation, and we need the statistical and the fixtures as well as the parking lot statistical and fixtures. These are you supposed to print directly from Revit, from Visual. Okay, so I thought everybody can see that. Now Andrew is going to walk you through how to print, at least show you how to start the process. Okay, so everybody see where these are the requirements that you're supposed to print directly from the, has nothing to do with Revit or CAD. I'll minimize this one and I'll get you back into where you were. There you go.
You can do it, so let's do it on this one, guys, and it will be the same and the interior. Everybody understand what we're trying to do? When you guys are done, you're supposed to print stuff from it as well as exporting it. Exporting is not a big deal, we'll do later. We just do the printing.
So underneath, I guess, once you get it, you might want to save it, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you guys go save?
You got, I'm already in the folder.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna-
exterior. You should be in the same, so call it exterior, there you go. And it should be in the same folder online. Very good point, thank you.
So I got that saved. Now once you get it all done, you get everything where you like it, everything's looking good. Underneath file and then print editor. I think you can click on this little printer up here too if you want to. Print editor here. It'll open up like a brand new window now. Everything will be gone, disappear. Where do we go here?
It's set up.
Yeah, we're gonna want to set up the, okay, so right here, is this,
Yeah, you need to go, when you go guys set up, we need to go to HP 5200. That's this one here, right there, HP 5200. This will default you to this one. And then we need to do 22 by 34.
Yeah.
The page, no, not, I'm sorry, 8.5 by 11. Then,
oh, they're gonna be on the small sheet.
no, it's going to be 11 by 17, my fault. So when you change it, change to 11 by 17. So your default paper will be, the printer will be this one, and 11 by 17 is what you're going to print.
So I was just, yeah, just selected the, underneath setup, selected
Okay,
the
see
printer, and then select the paper.
Select the paper 11 by 17, printer 5200. So that will default you to this. Exactly like we did with any other system, guys. Okay?
So then it gives you this, you can actually bring in, or export this and then use your own title block. I don't know if you have, but you probably have different pages, maybe keep all your title blocks the same, I don't know. But we'll just go through this one real quick. These are all just like 3 little windows. You can type in, it says designer, the date, the scale of your drawing, and then, what does that say, summary? So you can write like E101 or whatever, maybe E100. But underneath this, if you just double click in this box, it allows you to, you know, add in your title. I don't know what it, we could just, I'm just going to put in site. You guys can name it however.
Yeah, you guys will edit it and add the stuff that we need to Revit for the title sheet right in this area.
So yeah, site, right here, if you wanted, you could,
put your logo.
you could add in your team logo, you know, fill in your name.
You should be able to zoom out, isn't it? On the whole-
Yeah, you can zoom in and out. So that you can go here, you could say designer is Chad.
So You put the date, fill out this information based on the Revit project that we have, right?
Same thing there, yeah, I just added in site, you could write, I don't know, ECDM fall project or
What
whatever,
we're gonna
whatever
do
it
there
is.
is, the stuff that we did for the tile block from Revit, you know.
Oh, okay, so they'll have their
We
own.
have the stuff, and the logo, you can use visual, and you can put your logo there, right, can't you?
Yeah, if you just go here and then I believe underneath
Insert
image,
image, and
you
you can
can,
put any
yeah.
logo you want.
browse, get, find whatever you want. So once you have that here, underneath, so right here is gonna be our schedule. That, if you just click on the schedule, we're on, just under the home tab, it will generate a schedule for us. You just kind of click anywhere, or click kind of where you want it, and it'll put it there, and then you can move it around if you need to.
And on this one, you can scale it.
You
which
can
is
actually
nice.
scale it, yep.
Yeah, it used to be hard.
Yeah, you used to be able to export to AutoCAD, then you had to scale it. So now
So
you
you see
can,
with linear schedule at the top, you can drop it, just, then you guys have a paper, and you can drop like a rabbit. Remember how views we dropped in a paper space? You start dropping whatever you want to drop. So he dropped, what did we drop there?
I did,
You can zoom out,
so I got that in there. We needed our stats in there. You might want to make this into a 2-page thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the requirement right now is these will be in one.
So there's our stats.
Yep.
And then that would be,
That's page one.
that's page 1. You might be able to put your 3D drawing on this one too. I don't know if they want it like that or
What
not.
what I'm requiring you guys to do for the outside, 3 pages right now. 1 page parking lot 3D no calculation, 1 page parking lot 3D with calculation, and 1 statistics and 1's not. So,
So if you need 3 pages,
seriously.
you could either hit new, but then it's going to, say you had all this filled out, your title block. If you just hit copy, it'll make 3 pages. And then you can just go into page 2 and just delete off those things.
Did you guys see that? You copy what you did, and then we will keep that time block the same.
Yeah. And same thing, page 3, I'm going to take off these 2 things. So now we want to insert our views. I did this. So if we just take that, this is going to be our, well, that's not what we want though. We want,
You know what? I think it's 2D with calculation that will be.
yeah. So underneath there, that's what we want. So underneath insert, there's drawing here. We're going to want to do plan view. That'll give us a nice, so we're going to have to scale this down a little bit.
That's so awesome that you can scale it, right?
Yeah, I don't
We used to
know.
use it,
So that'll be our, just our 2D view with calcs.
Any question guys about that? Just drop and scale.
What else can we?
We
See,
need,
right now we have these templates on too. It'd be nice if we could get those off.
You can turn things off and labels and what's not.
Yeah.
Just drop a 3D on the second.
Okay, and then on the 3rd page, if you go to, if you have the same thing again, drawing, I typically just use Southwest. It'll look good for you guys too, because it's a building. You know, just kind of always want to look through it that way. And then 3D views aren't going to be to scale anyways, so, you know, might as well use up all your space. We want to turn, we don't need our calcs on in this one. So we can turn those off, if I can find it.
I think you have to click on it, don't you, first?
Or we can turn our templates off.
Southwest view?
Yeah, I just use the Southwest.
You have to write the mass statistics in that.
So it must be under here.
Oh,
Calcs.
that way they do it. Come on, Lord.
See, now I don't know why, this is what I'm talking about, is buggy. So every time I click on something, it moves it, but, you know, for now, I guess that's,
So that's the
Looking for-
3D guys showing the pictures only, no calculation. And where did you go again? Zones to get it?
so yeah, like for this one, I would turn on, because we don't need all these red lines on here anymore. So underneath, Where was I? Was I under, oh, right here. It was under phone.
You have to click on it to activate it or no?
Let's see. Yeah, so if you click on your drawing, it gives you your layers again. We would just, well, it's not showing. So it's actually not a layer we're looking for. All we want to turn off on this one is our templates. And then I usually turn the labels on too.
Yeah, we'll do the labels for the first one.
So we'll give you that. And then I think that would be, if you can add notes too, if you want to add notes. Like a lot of times I'll write that I'm using 30-foot poles for my site, because that won't show up anywhere in your schedule unless you actually type it in. That might be information that you should put on there.
What did you hit to get rid of the calculation?
On this like 3D view here.
Yeah.
So I just clicked out on the drawing, and then underneath this layers tab, just this checkbox.
Uncheck the calculation. That's awesome. Any comments, guys, any questions? So you're gonna end up with 3 sheets and parking lot for me and 3 sheets in the floor plan, same way. And as we get closer, if we went faster with certain things, we can always go over it.
Yeah.
One more time.
I'll leave a few cards too, so if you guys have specific questions or this program goes goofy on you, at least you can send me an email or a call or something to try to get it taken care of.
Any comments, guys, any questions? That's all what we have for you today at this, Andrew, anything else you have?
No, unless you were going to show them the export. I believe you can just export.
Yeah.
So you can, if you export out of here, it's going to take whatever you're looking at. So if you export this, it's going to export exactly this. If you export it out of,
Yeah, show them how to get out of the editor first.
so if you're out of the editor, so I don't know if you're supposed to.
Like you said, your print project, yeah.
I guess yes. Yeah, you would hit yes there. Otherwise, it'll get rid of all the title blocks and stuff you just made. So if you export from here, it's not gonna export any title blocks. So if you go to this one,
And that's where we did the export.
and that might not be a bad idea because you already have your own title blocks, and
Yeah.
you bring this into the model space and work on it from there. Yeah, so file export out of here, and it'll generate a CAD file for you.
That's at the end, guys, when we're done, we will export this into CAD, turn everything off, leave the layout on the fixtures, import it into Revit, drop our fixtures in Revit, circuit, switch, and tag. Done. You can see how the two softwares mesh together. So, Andrew, thank you. I've never done that. That's really cool. So hopefully it works. Is that enough, guys, to get you up and running? I know some of you are already done with our layout. By any means, jump into CAD, into visual, start laying out your visual stuff. I'll help you as we go through, and I'm sure you're going to find a couple of devils in the details as we go.
I had 5, so
Yeah.
you have 5 students.
And Andrew has his business card here for anybody who wants. Andrew, will tell him that you can make a career out of this.
Yeah, I guess I did. There's other agencies too in the state. There's other, the lighting industry is pretty good. You know, when you come out of here, you have such a broad knowledge of all the electrical parts. And then to just specialize in one part of the industry is, I don't know, it makes the world a little bit smaller, but it's worked out for me. Hopefully, down the road, this could work for you at all. You know, if you end up working somewhere, you might end up in a lighting department. Who knows?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Let me put these one down here.